Hello, my name is Maureen Hansen. I've been a Women's Philanthropy Connection mentor for the last year, and I've been working with Amy the entire time.
My name is Amy Steenhoek, and I am a Hawkeye Community College student. I am majoring in CNC machine technology and tool and die. I have graduated the CNC program, and I am in my last 8 weeks of the tool and die.
My husband and I both work at John Deere, and we've been leadership givers for several years now. I heard about the Women to Women mentoring at a Women's Philanthropy Connection meeting, and I also then talked with Sherry Einsweiler about it one-on-one after the meeting and got to know some more about it. And I've learned a lot at John Deere about coaching, and I've had a lot of training and a lot of experience coaching people at John Deere, and I thought this was a good way to use that experience out in the community. And I think all of us really want to help someone else if we can, and so it was a way to do that and to use some of my background to help them with that.
I heard about the Women Mentoring Women program when I got an email from Hawkeye's president, Linda Allen, asking me to come to her office and pick up an application and fill it out and see whether or not I was picked to enter into the program. I was at a time in my life where outside issues were affecting my studies negatively. I had experienced going through a divorce. I had several friends of mine that were that had passed away, and I just found myself in a situation of not being able to get up. I didn't go to school for a while, and because of all of this, I was barely passing. And upon return from school, or to school after all of this, the email from the president was there. And I just took that as somebody was speaking to me and reaching out a hand to me that I desperately needed at that time.
After I first applied to be a mentor and was chosen, what I had to do was attend a training. It was very short, and there was a relatively short notebook that was handed out with the training that we needed to read. And then, of course, I had to get in contact with Amy and prepare for the initial conversation. And the initial conversation, well, that just flowed pretty easily. Once, we didn't really talk very much about careers that night, but there was a lot of other things to discuss. And so then, in subsequent conversations, all I have to do is go back over notes from past conversations and think about what it is that Amy's trying to accomplish during our conversation and prepare for that. I have gained as much from mentoring as I think that Amy has, and I've just really enjoyed watching her evolve and grow and get more confident, watching her resume evolve, working on interviews with her. We have a lot in common, we discovered, because I was the only female in my graduating class when I graduated in engineering, and she's in a field now that is very male-dominated, and so we've been able to share some experiences kind of about those kinds of things. We've done quite a bit of work on your resume. We've talked about cover letters, and we've also done some back and forth question and answer. What kinds of questions might she be asked at a job interview?
For me, the mentoring program touches my heart because I was not in a good place when I applied, and because of Maureen, I was able to get out of that bad place and into a good place and focus back onto my studies, make that priority. It's not easy to be a student these days, especially not an older student. And if I wouldn't have had this program, I would not have the degree that I have on my wall. I would have lost everything. And I know that I cannot be the only person in this world that has those kind of struggles in their daily lives. And I am more than sure that if you were to go out and ask any student who has either failed or dropped out, their reasonings will not be school related. And so I thank you, Maureen, for coming in and helping me in a time when I really, really needed.
It's wonderful to be able to work with someone like Amy, who is putting so much effort into making positive changes in her life, and to see that those changes are making a difference, that her efforts are really bearing fruit, and that's just really, really rewarding. I would tell another WPC member who might be considering mentoring that it is an extremely, extremely rewarding thing to do, and I would certainly highly recommend it. Everyone's familiar with the old adage, I think, that if you give a man a fish, you feed him for a day. But if you teach a man to fish, you feed him for a lifetime. And the Women to Women Mentoring Program is a way to feed a woman, teach a woman to fish, so that she can feed herself and her family, if she has one, for a lifetime. And I just don't know what could be better than that.
My future right now hopefully consists of graduation in May, and by the time that I graduate, I'm hoping that I'm getting return phone calls from very interested employers. But more than that, I hope that by the time I actually get into a job and in a career of my own, that I will one day be able to return the favor and become a mentor.